Hi everyone, welcome to our podcast for a new world, where we talk about NASA's plan to send remarkable people to Mars to create a new colony there. Today we are going to talk about our experience in this podcast and our final position with this mission. With that in mind, let's start. The members of this podcast are Alexa Vera, Corina Quiste, and Yaretsi Zuniga.
We are in favor of making a new colony on Mars, based on all the topics made and the information we have collected throughout the podcast. We continue to be in favor. Establishing this new colony on Mars provides different benefits to humans and to the Earth. Earth will stop receiving contamination and pollution, and Earth will recover its natural resources. And for humans, it will definitely be to continue with our existence. At some point, our race will be forced to move to Mars due to the damage to the Earth.
Do you really think we will spend our whole lives on Earth? Maybe we will, but not the next generations. And in order to understand better, here's a summary of every chapter for you. The first chapter is called Outer Space. Exploring outer space can be scary, but it will give us the opportunity to have a second chance. In this chapter, we inform people about the current situation of NASA and space exploration. Mars appears to have all the elements necessary for a great deal of life. The carbon dioxide content on Mars is 52 times higher than on Earth, which can allow the cultivation of plants on Mars. NASA private companies, non-profits, and research organizations are aggressively tackling the many facets of such a large company. While we are many years away from being able to send humans to create a colony on Mars, there is steady scientific and technology progress toward that ultimate goal by 2013, with numerous robots operating and circling Mars, along with research, dedicated and exploration programs that pave the way for human exploration.
The second episode is called Climate Change and Natural Resources. It is being studied that we are spending the resources that the planet has provided us for millions of years. And the simple fact that humanity is planning a trip to another planet with conditions similar to Earth is due more than anything to that. Such a crude rule that in a few years the planet Earth will no longer be habitable for humanity because we are the ones who are consuming the planet's resources and access. And imagine it at the same time with pollution, deforestation, among other things.
The third episode is called Our Society. Our society will be greatly favored if we achieve our mission of traveling to Mars, because we are destroying the Earth, and Mars is the only planet where we could live, and that's important for next generations. So let's just trust NASA and the great work they do for the benefit of society. Considering that Mars maintains an ecosystem very similar to that of Earth, the possibility that human species can grow and survive on that planet are vastly high. And also with the fact of being able to create technology that allows us to travel to Mars and settle there. It will be a clear sign that the human being is evolving with the simple fact of considering the idea of being able to live on other planets of our universe.
Finally, family and friends. We can say that astronauts don't suffer psychologically, and although they may miss their families, they mentally train for all the problems that may occur to them, both personally and in their work. Astronauts have training that helps them to be psychologically prepared to be alone and away from their family, so that when they are on space travel, they don't suffer any problems. People aren't designed to ignore their feelings or It NASA will deny you to talk with our family and friends in a virtual way during your training. We think that we had used all the ATLs, but the ones that we had used the most are research and communication. For example, in research, we have investigated in reliable sources, science, they have arguments from professionals, and communication because in this podcast we had to interact for search the correct information. In our point of view, we did develop good communicators, inquirers, when we do research to inform our public about the Mars situation in this new way of communication called a podcast. We also consider it we develop open-minded because we research for information from different sources and perspectives.
But Mars has on people and how our life will change because of it. In our point of view, the progress let us inform us about the reality of the Earth and the possibilities of colonization. It also makes us realize how the Earth and humans will evolve. We also think that this mission is necessary for people and we agree with them. We all know someday the Earth won't be a safe place for humans, so we will be forced to go to Mars. It is better to be prepared, right?
As we all know, Mars has a totally different environment. Humans will have to modify our immune system or otherwise create a new technology that allows us to breathe during our stay on Mars. The future of humanity is fundamentally going to bifurcate along with one of two directions, Musk said last year. Either we're going to become a multi-planet species and a spacefaring civilization, or we're going to be stuck on one planet until some eventual extinction event. As Musk said, we will suffer a lot of secondary effects from traveling to Mars and its different atmosphere. But still, with that, Mars is the last chance for humanity to exist.